All right, what questions you guys have for me?
Who are you most excited about that you signed today?
All of them. Yeah, I love all of them. I think, um, we'll announce all the missionaries that we signed as well, and we're kind of restricted with the numbers that we can officially announce, but we oversigned knowing that we're going to have guys that are going to go on missions and guys that are going to gray shirt even after that, and so kind of to do with the guys. We had a good group of guys that did that this year. That gray shirted and got ready and they're going to start in January. Those are the return missionaries that we're starting mid-year. So. Feel good about them. As we look to the guys that we're going to be announcing in February, I think we'll get close to it. And you guys are all great media members. You guys know how to dig and find the rest of the names out that we can't officially announce.
Is there any openings you think about more portal players leaving your program? Joe's been
Maybe,
out there.
yeah. And we talked about it with Joe, and he loves it here, and we're going to give him an opportunity to get a degree and transfer. He wants to play. That's the thing. He wants to be on the field and wants to play. He looking at the competition. I think he was given a fair amount of chance to compete and wants to be on the field more than what he's doing here. And we want what's best for him too. So we'll probably see some more too. I mean, we have guys that compete and want to be on the field. So I imagine there'll be others.
What was the key to getting Cody Epps? That's kind of an under the radar guy.
I think looking at the connection that we had with his family, but also once they got on campus, and this is really for all the recruits, the faculty and staff on campus, not just in the athletic department or in football, but just getting to meet everyone involved with BYU and the students, and our players did a good job. These visits are about our players telling us whether or not a recruit's a BYU guy, and it came back. Unanimously positive about him being a guy that would be a great fit for us, and we feel that way about the rest of the group too. And Fessy did a great job recruiting the receivers position. So you're looking at the guys that we brought in. A big part of the ownership in that is their position coach and the coordinator. So mostly the position coach. That's how I can judge how they're doing as a position coach, bringing in guys in and developing them.
Do you have a standard thing that you say to recruits? What's your strongest pitch when you get them one-on-one with their parents?
I think it all varies. I think we have to just. There's guys that are coming to BYU because of the honor code, not in spite of it. And so I think that's the key is using the challenges that people see at BYU and then making them a strength and the reason why others would choose to come to this school. Things like the academics and how hard it is, and they see that the reward and the benefit afterwards. Same thing goes with the honor code, and same thing goes with our team chemistry and the way our team invites these guys and allow them to feel like family. So really, it's the pitch is just to get them on campus and get to meet everybody because they're not going to come here for me. They'll come here for a lot of different other reasons, and most of it has to do with the people on campus and the people that they share a locker room with.
Another one of the wide receivers you guys signed, Christopher Jackson. Is he going to enroll in January, or is
That's the plan. Yeah, I think he's finishing up everything, and the plan is for him to be here in January and to go through the all-season conditioning with us and play spring ball.
And what was the kind of the connection to getting him and how that connection started?
Well, once again, Fessy found him, and I think we had a lot of coaches that went throughout the area and found some good, some good prospects, and then they turned him over to the position coach, and position coach developed a relationship with them and saw that they could fit with this program both on and off the field, and we're looking forward to seeing his speed and his athleticism, just like the other guys that signed today.
With the transfer portal, will you still hold some scholarships available for potential transfer portal guys in March and April, things like that?
Yeah, I think you kind of have to plan with that, but at the same time, it's not like we're holding a bunch of spots. So I think probably limited number of them, but maybe a couple. I don't. There's a lot of guys that deserve scholarships, and many of them are walk-ons on our team right now as well. So I think giving the guys like Baylor Romney and others on the team an opportunity to be on scholarship, it's what we have to do. It's the best thing that we can do is recruit from within first.
Do you anticipate Sol J being the quarterback? Is that what you were?
Yeah, he'll be a quarterback. He's going to play quarterback for us, and he'll compete there. Yeah.
Is it your plan every year to take a quarterback?
Yep. I don't ever want to be in a position where we're without a quarterback, and it's better to have a bunch than to even just have one. So we'll recruit a bunch of quarterbacks. We got another great one coming home from a mission, and a a couple others that are on their missions as well. So we'll add to that group and let them compete, and the best will play. But I think it's important that we recruit quarterbacks consistently, and that's every position, trying to improve our group every year.
Along with position needs, what were maybe some of the skill set needs that you wanted to find in this class?
Well, I think we need to get some speed, some difference makers that can catch the ball and make a big gain, whether it's an underneath throw or whatever it is, just someone that can be a game breaker. And we have some of those guys, but the more the merrier for us. So I think that was something that we were able to do, and then have some guys that are game ready. We talk about development quite a bit, but there's some guys that just can get on the field as a freshman and be able to play right away. We had a guy like Troy Warner that did that when I first got here, and some others. And so I think it's a good mix. You just can't have a team full of development players. You got to have guys that can develop and grow into a position, but others need to be game ready, need to be ready to play, whether it's a JC guy or a true freshman. There's some true freshmen that can come in here and they're really mature and can to take the field right away.
Do you like where the early signing period falls on the calendar? Do you think this is a good spot for it?
I do. I mean, I don't know when else you'd want to do it. For us, it fits perfectly. It just kind of gets in, you just know that you're going to be busy getting ready for the bowl game, but at the same time, having it go through finals and it's a good problem to have if you're in a bowl game to be able to worry about, fitting as much time as you can with the recruits. And I think the goal for us is just get them on campus, and once they get on an official visit, really they're ours, and we can see if they're a good fit, and that's why we have such great retention rate when the guys come on visits.
How do you evaluate your overall recruiting process as far as the effectiveness, any changes that need to be made in approach, or what you guys do? How do you kind of look at it as
It's consistently changing. I don't think you can do it one way and just sit on it. So it's something that we have to evaluate. Everything that we do, we can't do everything the same this year and expect any different results. So we're always going to evolve and find ways to get better, and we'll try some things. And if that's recruiting or in off-season conditioning or treatments or whatever it is, or scheme, we're going to do whatever it takes to find success and to get wins, but also to develop our players and make sure that they're ready to play and keep them healthy.
All the players that were announced today, are they expected to be enrolled next fall?
Yeah, most of them are. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking with players and missions, that's really more of a personal decision between them and their family. But I think we have a good number of guys that we know are going on missions, and you'll find more about them in February. But for the most part, these guys, I think there's maybe a couple that may go on missions still, but we've kind of given them the freedom to decide between the two.
when you're dealing with in-state recruiting, you got a lot of guys from Hawaii, California, Texas, other places. How do you kind of balance the different areas in-state versus out-of-state as far as trying to evaluate the different levels of competition and look at all those different factors?
Well, I think for us, in-state really means LDS. So if we get recruit our members, and then really the out-of-state would be those that are not LDS, and those that are not of the faith. Majority of them came here because of how the things that we have that are unique to the school. And I credit all the coaches that recruited them and showed them the strengths that can come out of the honor code and a rigorous academic school and the prestige that comes from it. So I think the key is to educate them well, and for the members that those are pretty much our in-state recruits. And I don't know how the breakdown appeared, but we're always going to start there first, and then try to get and check with people that I think fit this lifestyle and kind of feel comfortable in this setting and in this environment at BYU.
You've always made it a point to have fans reach out to you guys to make you aware of recruits. Are most of these guys referrals from fans? And
there's not one recruit on that list that our fans didn't know about. And so whether they confirm that he's a good kid or a player and know him, fans are everywhere. So there's always opinions that can help us out, and we're willing to get as much information on them as possible, and the fan referrals help out a lot, so keep them coming.
What stands out about Josh Wilson, somebody you've known that family person?
Oh yeah, his instincts are awesome. That's why he has so many tackles, and that's why he has tons of pick sixes. You look at the interceptions, they turn into touchdowns. The guy's got a great feel for the game, and he can't wait to get on the field and compete against his brother. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to the things that he can add, bring to our linebacker group that we feel like is a good group that's young, and looking forward to see how well he he competes with them. But as far as a connection, those guys all, I mean, since they got on campus, they were just perfect for each other. Our whole team and those recruits that were welcomed today.
What did you like about Micah Harper? A little bit maybe in terms of size, a little bit
Yeah.
short of maybe what you've signed in the past at cornerback. What did you like about Micah?
I like that he loves Diane. You know, that he sees himself being another Diane, and that's awesome. So I like that he's a well-rounded player. He can do a lot of different things, and he comes from from his dad was a good player back in the day too. So he's just a football junkie, and I think he fits our program perfectly. Whether he plays safety or corner, we'll see. But you look at half his highlights are on offense too. So we have a lot of guys that can play a lot of different positions, but we'll start him at the recruited position first, and that's where we'll go.
Do you have any other specific player comparisons from the signees to players on your current roster?
No, I mean I hate doing those, but it's like there's a lot of really good players, and I think they'll make a name for themselves once they get here, and you'll start to hear about their playmaking ability. And I just like that they're all great kids. They come from great families and awesome backgrounds, and they're diverse, but they're united in one thing, that's to excel on and off the field. And it's an honor for me to welcome to our family, and I can't wait to see them play.
How important is it for these freshmen to come in and push the guys in the two deep already in the program when they arrive?
I think it's important that they see that we play the best, and regardless of your class, or whether you're a true freshman or a fifth-year senior, that the best will get on the field, and that's the only way we know how to do it. And I think they can appreciate that, and they know they come in here and they go as hard as they can and compete as hard as they can, that if they deserve to be on the field, they will.
Is it a relief to
Last couple of questions.
Is it a relief just to get through this day where you get some of these signings done and have the guys locked in?
Yeah, it's just good because now they're part of the family, and we can actually just count them in, and plan on their future, and plan on whether they're going on missions or not. We can kind of plan and see where they're going to fit in, and then they can start moving on with getting admitted into school, and then for those just getting their mission calls and finishing up their semesters. I think for more than anything, it's a relief for them to just have it out of the way, and then they can just go to work and knowing that they're going to be a Cougar and planning on their future here.